Oh, hello, friends. My name's Eric, and I am the Huesto de Taquiendo de Famiose de Piplioples, sometimes in English called Talking with Famous People.
I'm so scared.
Sometimes it takes a second for it to start over here on the Computadora, as they call it. El Computadora. La Computadora, actually. Live chat. So, what is live streaming? That's the question I'm asking tonight. What is it really? And the reason I'm asking this question is because before I started streaming, I was asking myself the question, why do I want to live stream? Which, of course, made me ask the question, well, Eric, what is live streaming really? What is it? Is it more than just you being yeah? Maybe. I'm not sure is the answer, but I've decided to do it anyway for reasons unknown. I'm watching the Canada Uruguay game in the background here. Got a couple of evening chores I could do. They make me feel like I've accomplished something. But first things first, let's pull a couple more reps. So it is Saturday night, but I didn't title this one Saturday Night Party for Fun People because I'm not sure how fun it's going to be. That's why I'm asking the question, what is live streaming? Hi, Barat. How's it going? Currently watching the third place game from the Copa America. Is that what that was? I heard he was injured. I didn't know it was an assassination attempt. Well, now he's going to win for sure. I mean, a lot of people are going to say that it was engineered to curry favor with Trump. But if it was, I would suggest that was done by the Trump people. I haven't seen it. I only heard about it in the smallest sense that Rachel received an alert where Siri asked her if she wanted to hear more about it. Hi, Tricky Rick 24. Oh, 4, 3 maybe, Ninja. But I think you're going to have people on both sides saying, on one side that secret forces are trying to get him. On the other side, that secret forces are trying to benefit him with a false attempt. So I think, unfortunately, truth will, whatever it might be, will largely be sacrificed in the evaluation of the matter. I guess I should look at Google News a second and see exactly what happened. Shooting at Trump rally is being investigated as an assassination attempt. They said the shooter was not an attendee at the rally and was killed by Secret Service agents. Well, that's awfully convenient. Oh, America, what in the world is going on? In fire-prone Mariposa, residents don't lose sight of what keeps them there. There's the site of the French fire. Many residents are attached to Mariposa. When residents were allowed to return home a few days ago, there's something for everyone in Mariposa, a town nestled away from the bustle of valley cities. For some, it's a stop on the way to famous attractions in the Sierra Nevada like Yosemite. For residents, it's simply a home. Well, that's all fine and good. Okay, let me pull up the chat again. JJ says it was not a false flag. It certainly could have been used by one, but the situation was very real. I worked similar security details and it was by the book. Well, is live streaming the opposite of Deadpooling? It might be. There were eyewitnesses that seen the shooter on the roof and immediately told police and witnesses Trump was still on stage 10 minutes after they reported the shooter to the police before he got shot. Huh. My girlfriend is bored and begging me to take her on a date. Should I dump her? No, you definitely should not. I suspect my wife is bored as well right now. I think we're both a little bored at the moment. But, you know, we have a date planned, just not for tonight. What do I think about the attempt on Trump? I haven't seen the video. I think I'm glad it wasn't successful, obviously, you know. I think it's a sign of troubled times. Haven't really had that kind of shit going on that much since like late 60s. Well, she probably is reasonably content, but I suspect that she's, like you said, bored at the moment. You know? Do I think it'll help Trump? Yeah, I think it'll definitely help Trump. The fact that it will definitely help Trump doesn't mean it was fake. But it doesn't. There's also no reason necessarily to conclude it wasn't faked. Well, what are you doing that's so exciting, premature comer? You're just chilling here. How exciting is that? You know, I know it's not very exciting because this is what I'm doing because I'm bored, so. If you're bored, then you're boring. I don't believe that saying. Sometimes if you're bored, it's just because, you know, you need to motivate a little bit. Get up and go do it. Get up and get to it. Like that, you know. Oh, goal! Wow. Well, you don't, okay, sure. You don't necessarily always expect your partner to rescue you from boredom, but it's also reasonable to say that there's a lot of reasons why people hate Trump, but I don't think there's going to be very many people voting for Biden in this election. He's on sides, for sure. Wow, nice kick. Yeah, Ninja, I think you're probably right. I don't think people think Trump's racist. People hate Trump for a holistic complexity of reasons. I don't like him at all. But it's also the case that they may be likely to say that, but I don't think really that has anything to do with why people like or dislike Trump. People who Canada scored to tie it up. It's 1-1. This is the third place game in Copa America. Bro, you and them good old boys don't get rifled up. Are you talking to me? You're nuts. You should actually ask some questions before you think you know who somebody is. I'm not a good old boy in any sense of the word. I live here in California. As I have my whole life. And nobody could remotely call me pro-Trump. Okay? Now, it's also true that I'm not in favor of Biden. But that's why I'm not going to vote at all, because I refuse to contribute to this disgraceful farce of politics that we are currently going on as some excuse of citizen participation in this country. It's obscene and absurd. So, why don't you chill the fuck out, dumbass? I'm not just a stoner. I'll lay the lumber into you for being a dumbass in no uncertain terms. Because after all, you're a dumbass. So, sorry that you can't nutshell and box me in some simple label. I understand that more complex comprehensions escape you, I guess. But no, I'm neither a simple stoner that you can dismiss as such, nor a good old boy, nor a homeless guy, nor an old man, nor any of your other dismissive labels. You, on the other hand, are my dismissive labels of you. A stupid, dumbass fuck. How do you like that, motherfucker? Suck it. How you like that? Cheers. And the beer is non-alcoholic. You didn't expect that either. So, fuck off. Oh, and if you didn't get the message, fuck off. But this is what live streaming is. This is live streaming at its absolute finest. Now we know what live streaming is. It's about telling James to go fuck himself. And amusing in no uncertain terms. In such an amazing fashion that I'm both likable and liked. Even found amusing by people while telling an idiot to go fuck themselves. That's pretty impressive work, I must say. Plus, gotta love the branding. There's my beloved wife, Rachel. Oh, I'm not emotional. Oh, yes, I am. I try to be as emotional as I can be. You know, I like to feel life at its fullest. Okay? I'm helping you to feel it right now, James. You're feeling my life at its fullest. Congratulations. Hi, Riley Mulligan. How's it going? James is exploring his feelings with us today, which I think is a perfectly good use for a live stream, James. You feel your little heart out, all right? You feel as much as you want, Slugger. It's perfectly okay. There's nothing wrong with crying. Sometimes we all feel better when we cry. Me included, all right? He is a quick learner. He learned all about Rachel real quick. Got another person gonna hit on my wife, huh? Well, people try, but I don't know. I don't think she's interested.
No. I didn't hear much of that, but no. I'm only interested in you. I'm so interested in you that I care how much that you think that I'm still attractive.
Of course I think you're attractive. Think you're sexy as a sexy lady.
Thank you. I mean, that means a lot.
Well, I'm glad that you're using your pooping time wisely, James. I approve. You're in the right place. I sometimes live stream from the shitter as well. I wouldn't be the person watching it, but I will be the person broadcasting it. Don't worry, I don't let you see anything too gross. Yes, Eric loves Rachel and Rachel loves Eric.
Yeah.
It's true. It's what we like to call a happy marriage.
Yes.
There's no they or they. It's just some dumbass, extremist, partisan. Yeah. No, we're not swingers. What was my cat's names? One of my cat's names is Trouble. The other cat's name is Capio. Capio, Kapio, means sweetheart in Hawaiian. It was like this when I found it. Chirp. I enjoy the chance to watch and occasionally chirp at the lives of the TWFP household. Well, I am glad you enjoyed that chance. It was like this when I found it. And I'm glad that you had nothing to do with how this looks now after you found it. Okay. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Fix it. I'm going to sleep. It's midnight here. God bless you. God bless America, because the free world depends on you. Well, thanks, Dirty Classic. You don't hear that very often anymore. And thanks, Barat. I appreciate you liking the streams because they are natural and funny. Those are good reasons to like something. And I like that you said it that way too. It sounds like a kid's letter to a TV show or something. 100 thumbs up, James. I agree. I can tell you're in the right place. You are well you are well served to just chill here for a bit longer and see what you think, because you seem like my kind of person. You and I have in common the fact that we both shit. I like people that there's initially some dust up, and then they go, whatever. That's a good way to be. That's a good way to be. LBMSWQ44Z says, I'm black. Well, good for you. Do I ever smoke poop? No. Why would I do that? That's all right. It's not your bad, England. It's everyone's bad, England. But you know what? I am thinking tomorrow, bad England just might defeat Spain in the Euro finals and win the Euros and be very happy finally. Yeah, I know. I heard that Trump got shot. Seems like he's fine. What's your thoughts on the knowledge that China's buying up our farmland? Yeah, I don't like it.
Someone made a comment that Trump getting shot is a bad look for liberals.
Well, I mean, it's the inevitable result of extreme polarization and partisanship, you know?
Yeah.
You got crazy people on both sides who are foaming at the mouth at the evil of the other person, you know?
Yeah.
Like this lady at the supermarket the other day was just ranting about Biden, about how horrible he is, and just I had to just walk away because she was making my trip to the pharmacy unbearable. Biden's going to call Trump at the hospital. Okay, good for him. Yeah, it's very concerning. Well, Alex Akins, here's the deal. I plan to run for president next time, 2028. So vote for me then, and also be a serious adult who has the capacity to address some of these significant concerns in meaningful ways. Trump is not black, says Wichka. I don't think anybody thinks he's black except for James. Well, generally, our presidents don't undergo assassination attempts because generally we have historically lived in a saner world than it seems like it is now, you know? Everything's going whoopity whoops all around and around. I mean, I don't think he's going to, Joseph Collin. Alex says there won't be a 2028 election. Well, there are plenty of reasons to be concerned about the State of the Union. However, I think that announcements of the death of the Republic are a little premature. Alex Akins, we shall see. Well, he's fine, so. It's going to spark a huge range of conspiracy theories and stuff, understandably. I mean, these kind of plots do involve conspiracies often enough, but people aren't going to believe it if this turns out to be just a crazy lone extremist, which seems most likely to me, really, realistically. Yeah, all right, Barat. I mean, I'm not completely unprepped. I'm in a good situation should shit get real, if you could be in a good situation. You know, I'm up here in the mountains. I'm armed. I've got a generator. I'm on propane, not natural gas. Um, I'm armed. I have a little wilderness car. So, you know, I'm in a good situation if shit goes south. It's for me and Rachel. I got one of these little wilderness cars. And, you know, we live tucked back here between the Conservancy, which is this undeveloped area of like forest land, the Sierra National Forest, and Yosemite National Park. So it's just all forest around here. And there's only one 2-lane road in to this area that this little neighborhood could easily enough control. I've got a start of some food savings down here, but I need to get some more stuff. I just kind of started to put some stuff down there. Anyway, I when people say, there was a time some years back when if people said like the end is near or whatever, I'd just be like, oh, come on, get over yourself. But nowadays things seem crazier than ever before, so who knows what's going to happen. That's not the first time I've heard somebody say there won't be a 2028 election. I think there will be. All right, Alex Aikens. No, I'm not gay. Just let me know. Hey, it's Alex Aikens. You know, that guy from YouTube. I talked to you. I'll be like, oh yeah, all right. Hopefully you didn't like that person I already shot. I'm just kidding. Was Lee Harvey Oswald a lone gunman? No, I don't think so much so, but I suspect this guy was, just because it seems like it's that kind of environment now. People can more successfully engage in extremism and isolation. Are you going to give me kebabs and ice cream? How are you going to keep the ice cream cold? You know, the first thing to go in World War III is freezers. I have no idea. It doesn't matter what color. Okay. Race is not real.
Yeah.
I actually have a fair amount of boulettes. Boulets. I found a fair amount of boulets. Yes, I've heard people have been chattering about it left and right. About the Trump assassination attempt. Should be interesting in the days to come how the story plays out, you know. Regardless of how the story plays out, nobody's going to believe it. No, I'm drinking non-alcoholic beer. That's what this red part says. No, I'm not the CIA, James. But, you know, the way the CIA works is interesting. It's like, apparently they contact various people, depending on a lot of things, I guess, you know. But one of them might be significant prominence in a given YouTube information space, let's call it. So, for example, there's this show called The Y-Files. He does a lot of stuff about like secret government stuff and the CIA and stuff like that. I think he might be not in the CIA. He might be a CIA asset, right? So I think um, he genuinely is interested in trying to uncover these secret things and kind of mysterious stories. And some of them he'll he'll put in the format of first telling the story as kind of suspensefully as he can, and then in the later part, kind of debunking what he just told. Right? He kind of takes that structure, and he's pretty reliable in terms of. I don't see any Sean Ruth. Sean Ruth doesn't deserve to be hidden for expressing his emotions. Okay. Um. So anyway, what was I saying? It's called the Y Files. It may be a podcast, but for me, it's just a YouTube channel. I just watch it on YouTube here. The WHY Files, and I actually think the guy is a CIA asset, which is to say, the CIA has. Yeah, well, Putty Cat, he's expressing his emotions. Okay, he didn't even say, "I wish the guy hadn't missed." So you have to consider the fact that he can have emotions. You might find them offensive, but that emotions by themselves are not sufficient. Expressing one's emotions is not sufficient to justify hiding somebody. All right? He feels differently than you feel, maybe, and so it goes. If he crosses any lines, I'll hide his ass. All right. So anyway, what was I saying? Emotions are high, all right, in the world. Let's all chill the fuck out for a second. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, Canada! You almost scored again. How? Oh my God. Uh, Canada. Canada's looking good against Uruguay. So, um, what I think the CIA did is they took a guy who genuinely had the ear of a lot of people who were into conspiratorial shit, and they just said to him, "Look, you're an American. We're Americans. We have same interests by and large. We'd appreciate it if you'd help out the CIA by adding this little bit of information, taking this little bit of information out, and maybe they just sort of appealed to his patriotism, right? They said, "Look, we're up against foes that have no moral limits. That they'll do whatever. They're not playing by the rules. We can't beat them if we play entirely by the rules either." Blah 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 blah. And they say, "And look, all we're gonna do is ask you to include this bit of information if you agree with it. If you agree with it, put it in there. If not, then just don't put it and don't mention that we're talking to you." You know, I think that may have happened to that guy. I can tell you right now that that hasn't happened with me. But if it had happened with me, and I had uh, agreed to it, I'd probably say the same thing right now. You know, the thing is, what I probably wouldn't do is tell you all that stuff I just said, because that seems like it's, God damn it, I let a fly in. Because that seems like they probably wouldn't want you to do all that. You know? It's warm outside, but kind of nice. I like it. So, obviously, if what I say were to come to pass, and it were to be successful enough to be worth anybody's real attention. In other words, if I were to actually start running for president and garner the support of a decent number of people, I suspect, go outside. Go outside, Fly. Go outside. Just go. You want to go outside. You want to get out of here, Baldy. So, one can imagine that the CIA at some point, or other security agencies and stuff, they would look into me, they'd contact me and stuff. Actually, presumably, if one's going to be in line to take over the presidency, that's not your feelings, Putty Cat. That's a statement that says, "Mia should occur," versus "I'm sad that Mia occurred." Do you understand the difference between expressing one's feelings and advocating a course of action? Okay? Big difference between expressing your feelings. Thank you, Justin. Expressing your feelings. I forgot to bring this with me. It's almost halftime, so let's go outside. Oh, he was offsides for sure. There's no they, okay? We don't know exactly who has tried to assassinate him. I agree, we'll help him, Cloven Beast. I don't know who the J6 prisoners are. Alright. So, let's all just calm down. That's what I want to say, first of all. We all need to start working together a little bit more as Americans and recognize that we have authentic opponents in the world that represent real threats to freedom, democracy, the American way of life, etc. You know, Russia, China. Let's just all be glad that he was not assassinated, because I don't even know how awful that would have been. So, obviously, whoever's running the country in 2028, let's forget about 2024 for a second, is going to need to be a principled pragmatist. I believe in the principles of American democracy, of truth, justice, the American way. I believe in processes of legitimacy. But I'm also a pragmatist and understand that we're dealing with foes who do not play by those rules, and pose a genuine existential threat or a functional existential threat to the American way of life. So, I get it that a certain amount of pragmatic, extra legal shit is going to go down, all right? I'm not Mr. Anti intelligence community. I do think that America obviously has a massive military industrial complex and a massive amount of military stuff. And I'm not sure that we historically have needed to be spending as much on the military as we have. Right now, I think we face military threats that we haven't since World War II in terms of equivalency to our strength, and may not be the best time to get all peacenicky. But, you know, devil's in the details. You gotta work out the specifics of all that shit ultimately. Hello. Are you a vulture? Is that a vulture in the tree? I think it's a vulture, yeah. Could be a turkey, but I think it's a vulture. Yeah, it was a vulture. It flew away before I could show you. Gosh darn it. That's frustrating. I'm gonna water my plants. Put a little water on the aloe vera. Water here. And that's good. Good for that. Plants like water. They drink it. They eat sun particles, but they drink water. They also eat dirt. A lot of people don't know that about plants. For plants, dirt is like their second favorite food after sun particles. So, anyway, 3 favorite things of plants are water, dirt, and sun particles. You always are learning here on Talking with Famous People. And I am always teaching. You can turn it your homework if you like, but I'm not going to grade it. Why would you grade our homework? Because I don't believe in homework. Why did you assign it? It was a trick question to see if you'd fall for it. And do homework, even though homework's dumb. And you fell for it. Now I feel dumb. Well, it's the only way you're going to learn. You really did give me homework. Yeah, I schooled you. That's how you learn the students at the school. Your foreskin is hairy. Well, good for you, Robert. Good for you. I'm glad that you have an identity. Turn the camera. Shiitakes. What does that mean exactly? It means it's a kind of mushroom. Not the good kind of mushroom. Okay. Now we're settled in here, nice and intimate. Just you, me, and Rachel makes 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who's being all militia-y are just going to find themselves in federal prison. We are past the day of muskets and bravado. No one's going to defeat the U.S. military with muskets and bravado.
Trouble.
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 Yeah. Hey. Well, I've never tried to grow my own. Thanks, Buddy Cat. I know we lost today, but we won yesterday. We split a 2-game series with the Phillies, who have the best record in baseball, so I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, that is good.
But just you wait, Putty Cat. Just you wait. After the All-Star break, it's going to be Yowie right to the moon. Currently in the month of July, the A's are like 5th in the majors in terms of total runs scored for the month of July. So there's a lot of grains of salt here. But still, the offense is producing pretty well right now. The pitching, having some struggles. Shea went 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 2 for 4. I know he had a double in the second or whatever. Oh, meow.
Meow.
What are you meowing about, Meows a lot? First lesson, I watched Argentina versus Canada the other day and was proud to see Canada made it to the semifinals of Copa America, which is quite an accomplishment. Well, now they're playing in the
I'm gonna bet you.
third place game. He wants you to watch him eat, Rachel. Rachel doesn't want to watch him eat, though. So, right, it's not as legal as growing weed, but I don't grow mushrooms because I just don't want to grow mushrooms. The worst thing about, really, that's terrible. I didn't know that. Sorry to hear that. That's a good question, Putty Cat. I do have some chores I could do. I was thinking about going over to the other house and measuring the windows and coming back here and ordering curtains and curtain rod stuff. That is really sad. It's really unfortunate. I'd almost, I understand that why the story doesn't lead with that, but I almost wish it did. All right, would you guys like to help me do this project? You guys want to help me go over to the other house and measure the windows? See how many windows there are? Write down their measurements. And then come back here and order curtain stuff for that house? Do you want to go do that with me? He was killed. I'm not sure if they tried to restrain him or not. If he's armed and potentially going to fire more bullets off, I understand why they just dispatched him right away, of course, All right, I've got my trusty tape measure right here. And I'm going to need to get some little book or something to write down the measurements. And I'll push pause here on this soccer game so when we get back I can watch the... I don't think polka dot curtains are going to go that well. Okay. Meow. What are you meowing about, Baron von Meows a lot? boy Billy Coy. I know you don't want me to get that. You got a sticker. Fine, I'll just leave it alone then. Okay, so I need a little book to write down my measurements in. I think there might be a book like that in the car. You're gonna see how messy it is back here though. Now I'm embarrassed. Here's a nice hat. Let's see what I was looking for. Let's look elsewhere. This hat's a little bent. It's sitting in the car like that for a while. Hopefully it'll get unbent. Alright, now, book to write things in. Here we go. This is perfect. Now we'll need pen, working pen, maybe two. Alright. Hopefully one of those two pens works. Just in case, I'll bring this pencil too. Now let me get my... What are you booing? Oh, he said both. Robert, don't be gross, please. I'm putting you on timeout for needless grossness. Why are you gay? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, why are you gay? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, here we go. We're off to do our job. Hi, by the way, here I am. Hello, good to see you. People do respond emotionally and do dumb shit, it's true. It's unfortunate. But a cat, maybe I'll do just that. Maybe I will do exactly that. I'm assuming Rachel doesn't want to go with me on this. Hey, Rachel!
Yes, sir?
I'm going to do some measuring of windows at the other house. Do you want to go with me or stay here?
Yeah, I want to go with you.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Thank you.
So Rachel wants to go with, so we have to wait a little bit. But probably not super long time. Why is English or Spanish the new meme? What's the deal with new memes, huh? Rachel does want to go for the adventure. Like I said, I think she's probably feeling a little bored. Until I started streaming, I was feeling a little bored. Now I'm feeling less bored, even though, you know, it doesn't have to be a super active stream. And that's why I asked the question here, what is live streaming? Well, it's really just me talking out loud with a little bit of responsiveness and just kind of seeing what happens. You ready? All right. Now let's go on our adventure. Our adventure of learning. I brought my glasses, brought my tape measure, got the keys to the little wilderness car. That's all I need. The keys to the little wilderness car, also have the keys to the house on it. So, yaggity you, yaggity ye. Let's go, googie. Right. It's me. It's Rachel. We're on our way to the rental to do a few measurements, write down a few numbers. Yes, you can go with us. Be aware, however, that there's going to be about a minute and a half or so a minute and a half or so